Alright guys, this is going to be episode number 2 of the Quarantine Cook. My name's Travis. I'm going to be hosting for you guys today. We're in the kitchen. My producer's off camera. She's trying to get things ready. We're in a little bit of a after normal dinner hours situation here. So we need something quick and easy. And we're going to be making chicken fajitas. So I got some chicken breasts already here. These are some thin ones that I got just particularly to make this meal. So I'm going to salt and pepper these up really quick. And I'm going to throw them in my pan. The pan's like medium-ish heat at the moment. I love the sizzle. The sizzle is my nizzle. Alright, so those are going to be like 4 minutes-ish right there. We're just going to put that at medium heat. Let those go. Salt and pepper the other side of them. We've got a cornucopia of peppers today. We bought green, orange, and yellow. Red, green, and yellow. Whatever. We have some beautiful peppers that we're going to be using for this fajita mix. And as you can see, this is homemade. My aunt McCormick made it for me. She sent this recipe. And so basically we're going to do that. After this is browned, we're going to throw in that sauce. Ooh, and I have more chicken, which was mysteriously delivered to me from off camera.
I don't think it was off
camera. Maybe it was on camera. But, you know, this is a low-budget TV show. As I kind of said to be at the beginning, we don't have any corporate sponsors yet. We're waiting for our first sponsorship. So if anybody out there works for a company that's looking to sponsor somebody, we're real low budget right at the moment. This shirt, this is actually a limited edition. Some of you may not even understand what that is, but that was the Target $2.50 special. It's like my favorite shirt because I literally don't care what happens to it, and it immediately tells me how old everybody is. Because if they don't understand it, I know that they weren't born before 2000. There's actually fan clubs for this movie. I don't know why, but I am not in them. I'm in the fan club of I like cheap clothes on clearance. But this could be easily changed out. If we get any sponsors, we'll make sure that we wear your clothes while we're on the cooking show. I mean, that's how we do it around here.
Except for we won't wear what's his name shoes because they suck even though they're expensive.
As the lawyer of this YouTube channel, I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear any company names mentioned.
I didn't mention it. It starts with an E.
Alright, so, anyways, we do have, you know, one moment for corporate sponsor, which isn't really corporate sponsor, but I am actually wearing my favorite shoes, which I have like at least 4 pair of them, but I need more of them, which are my Perry's. I love them. You know, my yacht shoes, but I'm the quarantine cook. I don't get to leave the house. So it's like I gotta pretend like my house is a yacht. Probably cheaper than a yacht, realistically. One day, once the YouTube channel takes off and I'm a multi-millionaire, we're gonna get a sailboat and we're gonna live on a sailboat. But
no, we're living on a yacht.
Or a yacht. I'm
Or
I think
land
this-
down by the river.
I think the sailboat's a better idea because you can go places for cheap. But I also have to have a van, so I'm gonna need a sprinter and a sailboat. But you know, it's a doable thing. And why I can say that is I've already sold my house, lived in a 32-foot RV, and traveled around the United States, going to 48 different states in 2 years. It was exciting. Multiple times. My motorcycle delivery business. For any of you that know me from that, shout out. I miss everybody, especially everybody in Maine. So shout out to everybody that I know in Maine.
Mike and Meg.
Mike and Meg and Jared, if you're watching this.
And Jared's awesome cabin.
Yeah, we missed your cabin. That would have been the place to be at the end of the apocalypse. And when my buddy told me that he was getting worried, he lives at the end of nowhere. Like, if you had ever seen this place, some of you know where I'm talking about. You're already in the woods. You're pretty much already at the brink of the end of existence. But he was a little bit worried that, you know, he was going to have to go further into the woods, which he can go a little further in the woods, which is a couple miles down the road. And it is in the woods, but at that point, his house is as much in the woods as this other place is, because it's pretty unpopulated. I mean, they have a Dunkin' Donuts, they have a gas station. I mean,
Dollar General.
I love it. It's a great place. Go to the Eagle's Nest if after the pandemic they're still there. We'd love to come up there and have a fish platter. And also, a shout out to anybody that is interested in lobsters. Hit me up because my buddy can get you fresh lobsters right off the boat. We can ship them things anywhere. And you are not going to find better, fresher lobster from anybody. A small family operation that's been doing it for generations. So hit me up if you want to get on some fresh lobster situation. They can be shipped. They're out there. So for those of you guys that are into that. And another thing is, well, I'm just going to throw a teaser out. I'm working on morel mushrooms. The weather has been interesting. I was actually going to shoot video this morning because it was snowing out. But I'm going to be going out and hopefully we're going to be finding some morel mushrooms. I'm going to do another YouTube video that's going to explain how to find morel mushrooms and what to look for. And I'm going to give away all my secrets. So if you're into mushroom hunting, you know, you're going to want to check that out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because that's the only thing that matters to YouTube. And share my video so that other people watch it. And I appreciate everybody watching these so far. It's been fun. We're going to be doing a lot of this because the more of them you do, the better of them you will get at them. And I have a lot of good mentors that are kind of showing me what needs to be done. So shout out to all those guys. I'll put links to all their channels in my channel because, you know, I want to share the wealth. So anyways, our chicken's going there. We're working on some chopped up peppers right now. And basically, this is going to be easy. All we got to do is throw this sauce in with our cooked and cut up chicken and our peppers, stir it around a little bit, and throw it in a tortilla. How easy, how much easier could you want it to be? It doesn't get easier than that. So, anyways, shout out on the skillet sauce. We did the skillet sauce version of this. I'm going to try it this first time. It's got all the liquids inside of it, so it should be really easy. They got a chicken quesadilla recipe on the back here, I see. So check this out. We got this at Walmart today. We did have to do a little bit of shopping and restocking. So the good news is the grocery store has a lot of food available now. Toilet paper is available, at least in our location. There were a lot of people out. It was somewhat busy, but
People kept their distance.
People were keeping their distance from each other, so it was fine. Thanks to everybody that's out stocking the shelves and running around and getting people food and all those other things, because if it wasn't for them, basically we'd all be starving at this point or like eating cats and dogs. I have no idea what happened if it wasn't for those people. Because we're completely dependent upon the grocery store, so make sure next time you go out to the grocery store, you're nice and you don't be mean and, you know, be a good person and stuff like that.
Deserve a living wage.
Yeah, and I'm just going to throw this out there because we don't currently have any sponsorships. Everybody that works at McDonald's and Walmart and all these other essential businesses should be getting paid $15 an hour or more in California, because people in California don't understand the relationship of money and reality. But aside from that, these people should be getting $15 an hour, and somewhere in corporate America, you guys will figure out how to make the money. Charge us a little bit more. While the restaurants,
a little bit less.
while the restaurants are closed down, and as they start to come back, think about the ones that are doing good things in the community when you decide where you're going to spend your money. Because eventually those businesses are going to need your help, and pay attention to the ones that took care of their employees during this time, and make sure you do business with them. So we'll put a bunch of links in the description to this video too of businesses around here that are doing the right thing by their employees. My wife works at Cracker Barrel. They're hooking it up. It's difficult for everybody, but we appreciate everything that they're doing. So we love everybody at Cracker Barrel. Hope everybody's doing good there. All my friends that worked at Logan's, we're praying for you guys too if you guys are watching this. Hopefully you guys are going to get through this. Alright, so the chicken's coming along nice. If you want, I mean, we could have cut the chicken up into smaller pieces and it would have cooked faster, but that would have taken away my awesome time that I would have had to stand here on my soapbox and talk to you guys about $15 wages. But enough of that. Make sure you tip your servers and bartenders and people later when we come back too, because they usually only get paid $2 an hour. So who can live on $2 an hour? I have no idea. But so I'm just gonna bring this in here a little closer. We're working with a new setup. I actually
can't afford to tip, stay at home.
Yeah, if you can't afford to tip, you should stay at home. So we have a new setup on the camera here. I have a live monitor so I can watch myself. This is a really professional set. We've been here for 2 days now. But look at the chicken in there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It is coming along real nicely. This is one of my favorite pans to cook stuff like this in. I got it from my Grandma Linda. Thanks, Grandma, if you're out there watching. So we got our peppers coming. These are chopped by a professional chef, I assure you. That is only the best, right directly from Walmart. And so our chicken's coming along good. I'm going to put the camera back up in here. So far so good. I love my new Canon camera. My wife is really excited that I bought a camera while we were in quarantine. But we did have a camera before. I was a Nikon, and it was less than stellar camera. I love my Canon. I have an M50. It was the only one that I could basically get that was mirrorless and had really good autofocus. So not to give a lot of point to the cameras, but this camera follows me very well as I move around and as I'm talking to you guys and as I'm switching back and forth. The autofocus on this thing is amazing, which is why I bought it. It also has a really nice flip out monitor, so it's a really nice monitoring situation if you're doing something like this. Now I have a much bigger monitor than I'm now using, which is 23 inches or something like that. So we're going to keep working on the camera rig. Eventually we'll show you pictures of everything and how I have everything set up and what I do with everything. But this is a cooking show. Now get back to the cooking and quit talking politics. Right? Nobody wants to hear about it.
The secret ingredient's always love.
The secret ingredient is always love. That's the key thing about the quarantine cook. We use cheap ingredients from like Walmart and basic stuff to make all of our meals because, first of all, it's the best food you're going to get. And second of all, because that's the way that your grandma would have made it, and that's the way you should make it at home. I mean, we're cheating because we didn't make the fajita sauce ourselves. And I'm really sorry to everybody that's a purist out there, that wants us to make this. We did, as a follow-up from episode 1, I have a spaghetti sauce recipe from scratch that we're going to try to make. It's a Top Chef recipe, and this is a Top Chef kitchen. This is a Top Chef YouTube channel. So we're going to make sure that we try to do that eventually at some point. We'll look into the fajita stuff later, and we'll go from there. But depending on how long quarantine lasts, we might get a chance to cook everything. Everything that I know how to make, we might do all of it. And then, you know, we'll have to find out some new stuff to make, and, you know, then you'll explore with me. So I just keep flipping this chicken every so often. Eventually here I'm going to start chop some of this up into some smaller pieces here. Let's see, we got some onions coming up. We're going to do a little twist on the fajitas. We're going to put lettuce on it, sour cream, all kinds of other stuff that's technically forbidden too, but it's all good. That's my chicken chopping chop. Alright, because I have to do this anyways, I want to talk about one thing quick about knives, kitchen knives, cutlery, and again, another opportunity for sponsorship here, but this is one of my favorite blades that I have in the kitchen. It's been through hell. I've had it for like a decade or something like that.
We've been together more than a decade.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I bought this when I was cooking like 20 years ago, so it's probably been that long. It is Shun steel, it comes from Japan. It's high carbon. It's really cool. Check this out.
Less talk too.
You see how the blade is set up like that? It's awesome. But the most important thing about kitchen cutlery is to sharpen it every time you use it. And since I'm on the YouTube channel and I'm, you know, this like high-end professional and stuff now, I'm going to follow all the rules. But you should have a honing steel in your kitchen. This is my honing steel. And basically what I'm doing is I'm going to run this knife down at an angle. You can kind of see it there. And I'm just going to kind of run it like this. And then I'm going to bring it back here from the top. And I'm going to run it back down like this. And this is just keep your knife sharp. It's not going to make it sharp forever, but this will keep a nice edge on it anyways. And another thing, nobody ever taught me this, but after you do that, make sure you rinse the blade off because, yeah, does get a little bit of fine metal particles in it. Alright, we're going to pluck some of this chicken out of here. See how we're doing. This is the first time we made. This is the first time we made fajitas in a long ever. I don't
Been a long time.
I don't think we've ever made fajitas in our whole life.
Yes, we have.
Well, we're doing it today for the YouTube channel. You guys asked for recipes. We're here to serve. Aloha to any of my ukulele customers. You're probably wondering why in the hell you added me on your Facebook, and I got a cooking show, and we're not talking about ukuleles, but I do have a ukulele store, m6musicstore.com, if you're interested in a ukulele. We love them around here. And if you guys don't speak English, I only know English, so unfortunately I can't help you there.
No habla español.
No hablas español. Maybe later, you know, we might branch out. Telemundo will be my first major market expansion. I'm starting to think maybe, because I got a lot of British friends and stuff now, that I should start using British words and, you know, phrases in my normal everyday life too. Just to kind of get the lingo. I almost called the cart the trolley today. That would have been fun. Alright. Going to leave the final choppy. Make sure that they're all cooked all the way through. Can kind of vary the size of the chunks if you want. I got kind of a cornucopia going on of sizes here. I use that word twice in the same video. That's the word of the day, kids. It's cornucopia. Take a look in there. So the most important part, in my eyes, about this chicken browning process is the juice and all the good stuff at the bottom. So make sure you cook your chicken just to the point where you get this nice stuff at the bottom. And then we're going to put this in. Smells good. And then I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. I don't need all the heat no more. Get rid of that. Now that I got a YouTube channel, I'm a lot more of a cleaner upper after myself. Gotta keep the kitchen clean for the show now. When eventually we hit the big time and we get a big studio and all that fun stuff, I'll be able to look at you while I'm cooking and I won't be talking into this stove and all this other stuff.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, I need the taco shells probably too. Taco shells probably. Get everything, let everything get to know everything in the pan for a little while. We're gonna leave it at this like medium-ish heat.
We forgot limes, but I got that.
Concord Foods in Brockton, Mass. Probably been there before, who knows.
Just don't buy herbs from that state.
Also, don't eat a lobster roll from McDonald's.
It wasn't from McDonald's.
Or Arby's. Yeah, we'll the McDonald's ones are still safe as far as we know. But Arby's, don't eat a lobster roll there.
I was sick for like 10 days. That's almost as worse than the flu.
Alright, so we're going to chop up some tomatoes. We're going to get some shells. We're going to warm them babies up. And we're going to have fajitas for supper tonight. That was it. Basically, that's all I have to do. Is a great meal for quarantine. Easy to make. Cheap. I don't know what the budget on this one was. But probably like $10.
For a family of 6.
For a family of 6. So there you go. Good, cheap quarantine meal from the Quarantine Cook. You guys have a great night.